Arlene is a single mother trying to raise her two sons on the $20 a month she has left after paying for their rundown apartment. Scott is a gentle nurse consumed by a heroin addiction. Lamar, a man with no legs in a neighborhood full of boys to look after, tries to work his way out of debt.
Aggregate what they can do with PST effects, and we usually talk about the
Greetings and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brett Bonner and this is the Black Lit Geek channel. On this channel, we discuss books, or all things related to books, different types of books, books that we like, books that we hate, books that we hope will be great in the future, books that we wish were never made, books we wish never had to be made, but all things related to books just the same. I just posted my last video and I was like, man, I'm not really sleepy. So I was sitting back thinking of what would be a really good video, and this is what I came up with. This is a list of 10 hardback books, thick ones, 10 big hardbacks. So, but these are the first 10 hardback books on my shelf. This is going to be interesting. But before we get into this, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, everyone who comments and likes my videos. I appreciate you. So without further ado, let's get into this list of 10 hardbacks. Number one is a thick one. This is a thick one. B.B. Moore Campbell, What You Owe Me. I've read this before, but all right. Los Angeles, 1948. When Hosanna Clark recently arrived from the farm fields of Texas, befriends Holocaust survivor Gilda Rosenstein. She opens the door to a new life for both of them. Using Gilda's knowledge of cosmetics and Hosanna's energy and determination, they begin producing a line of lipsticks and lotions for black women. Using Gilda's knowledge of cosmetics and Hosanna's energy and determination, they began producing a line of lipsticks and lotions for black women. The two are more than business partners, they are dear friends. Then Gilda suddenly disappears, taking all the asset, and ran out with all the money. Hosanna is doubly betrayed, financially ruined, emotionally bereft. Years later, she dies. Her small cosmetic company dies with her, but Hosanna leaves behind a daughter steeped in her mother's pain. Matrice is as smart and driven as her mother and savvy enough to recognize that white firms are competing not only for black consumer dollars, but for black professional talent as well. When Gilda's huge cosmetics conglomerate hires her to launch a line of black beauty products, Matrice takes on a mission to collect on her mother's debt. Sweeping across 50 years of African American history, What You Owe Me is a tale of bitter betrayal, righteous outrage, unpaid debts, and thwarted love. But ultimately, it is a wise and moving story of healing and reconciliation. This is thick. Let's see how thick this book is. 533 pages. Hey. Moving right along. This is by Matthew Desmond, Evicted. In this brilliant, heartbreaking book, Matthew Desmond takes us into the poorest neighborhoods of Milwaukee to tell the story of 8 families on the edge. Arlene is a single mother trying to raise her two sons on the $20 a month she has left after paying for their rundown apartment. Scott is a gentle nurse consumed by a heroin addiction. Lamar, a man with no legs in a neighborhood full of boys to look after, tries to work his way out of debt. Vanita participates in botched stick-up after her hours are cut. All are spending almost everything they have on rent, and all have fallen behind. The fates of these families are in the hands of 2 landlords. Sharina Tarver, a former school teacher turned inner-city entrepreneur, and Tobin Charney, who runs one of the worst trailer parks in Milwaukee. They loathe some of their tenants and are fond of others. But as Serena puts it, love don't pay the bills. She moves to evict Arlene and her boys a few days before Christmas. Evicted, Poverty and Profit in the American City. That's a lot. Rest in peace, right? Just passed away. This is the autobiography of Quincy Jones, and this one is really thick. That's not that bad. It's 412 pages. Quincy Jones grew up poor on the mean streets of Chicago's South Side, brushing against the law and feeling the pain of his mother's descent into madness. But when his father moved the family west to Seattle, he took up the trumpet and was literally saved by music. A prodigy, he played backup for Billie Holiday and toured the world with the Lionel Hampton Band before leaving his teens. Soon, though, he found his true calling, inaugurating a career whose highlights have included arranging albums for Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles, Dinah Washington, Sarah Vaughan, and Count Basie, composing the scores of such films as The Pawnbroker, In Cold Blood, In the Heat of the Night, and The Color Purple, and the theme songs for the television shows Ironside, Sanford and Son, and The Cosby Show, producing the best album of all time, Michael Jackson's Thriller, and the best-selling single We Are the World, and producing and arranging his own highly praised albums, including the Grammy Award-winning Back on the Block, a striking blend of jazz, African, urban, gospel, and hip-hop styles. His musical achievements in a career that spans every form of American popular music have yielded an incredible 77 Grammy nominations and are matched by his record as a pioneering music executive, film and television producer, tireless social activist, and business entrepreneur. One of the most successful black business figures in America. This string of unbroken triumphs in the entertainment industry has been shadowed by a turbulent personal life, a story he shares with eloquence and candor. It's Q by Quincy Jones. I'm proud to have that there book. This is interesting. Dream Boogie. Sam Cooke was born into the world defined, but not limited, a world of two-ness. As W.E.B. Du Bois wrote in The Souls of Black Folk, in which it was impossible to avoid, this sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, of measuring one's soul by the tape of a predominantly white society that looks on in amused contempt and pity. It was a world, as Du Bois also recognized, so rich, so vibrant, so colorful that, thrown back on its own resources, it created a culture that has, in many respects, both with and without acknowledgement, defined the American cultural mainstream. And that's a picture of young man, young Sam Cooke. I got that in a library giveaway. I can't believe man, I cannot believe this. Okay, so the next book I have is Frederick Auckland. The Sale. Not only did I used to watch $1 Million Listing, he wrote, "Go out and do the sale, live the sale, love you, high kick, and wee." Let me see. Pay cash for that. Ramachandra Guha, Ghandi, Before India. Man, we talking thickness. So it's over 600 pages, so that's huge. Okay, another book that's interesting that's in my collection is Up Bin Laden. Osama's wife and son take us inside their secret world. I'm not even really that. Okay, Gillian Flynn, Gone Girl. Gone Girl. Okay, marriage can be a real killer. On a warm summer morning in North Carthage, Missouri, it is Nick and Amy Dunn's 5th wedding anniversary. Presents are being wrapped and reservations are being made when Nick's clever and beautiful wife disappears from their rented McMansion on the Mississippi River. Husband of the year Nick isn't doing himself any favors with cringe-worthy daydreams about the slope and shape of his wife's head. But passages from Amy's diary reveal the alpha girl perfectionist that could have put anyone dangerously on edge. Under mounting pressure from the police and the media, as well as Amy's fiercely doting parents, the town golden boy parades an endless series of lies, deceits, and inappropriate behavior. Nick is oddly evasive, and he's definitely bitter. But is he really a killer? As the cops close in, every couple in town is soon wondering how well they know the one that they love. With his twin sister, Margot, at his side, Nick stands by his innocence. Trouble is, if Nick didn't do it, where is that beautiful wife? And what was in that silvery gift box hidden in the back of her bedroom closet? With her razor-sharp writing and trademark psychological insight, Gillian Flynn delivers a fast-paced, devilishly dark, and ingeniously plotted thriller that confirms her status as one of the hottest writers around. Okay, so that was pretty deep. Two more books. I remember this one. It's not even super thick, but it was one of the 10. 367 pages. East Village, 1989. Things had never been easy between Ava Fisher and her estranged mother, Elsie. Too many questions hovered between them. Who was Ava's father? Where had Elsie been during the war? Why did Elsie abandon Ava in a German orphanage only to return at the war's end? But now Elsie's ashes have arrived from Germany without warning, along with a trove of unsent letters addressed to an unknown woman, Renate Bauer. As her mother's secret missives unfurl a dark path, Ava spirals deep into the shocking history of a woman she never truly knew. Berlin, 1933. As the Nazi Party tightens its grip on the city, Elsie and Renate find their friendship under siege. Elsie's increasing infatuation with the Hitler Youth movement pushes them to opposing sides of the gathering storm. Then the Nuremberg Law forces Renate to confront a long-buried past, and a catastrophic betrayal is set in motion, one that will not only change the course of both girls' lives forever, but upend Ava's a half-century later. Wunderland, the novel. Okay. Diane Eckerman. Why is this book still in my life? Deep play, a state of unself-conscious engagement with our surroundings, an exalted zone of transcendence over time, a state of optical creative capacity. Okay. Well, there you have it. Those are the first 10 hardcover books that are in my collection, so to speak. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that everyone is finding time to read, or making time, finding time, or forcing, demanding, insisting upon having your reading time like I have to do sometimes, you know. It's just what it is. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Create what they can do with PST effects. And we usually talk about the old